Hey, what's up? It's SamPaul. You're on another episode of Coffee with SamPaul. Today we've got a really special guest. He's doing the Fringe this year in Adelaide. His name is Marc, but he goes under the name The Beautiful Bogan. Marc, how you going, man?
Hey man, how you doing? You alright?
Very good, man. Very good. Thank you so much for coming in. And
thanks for the coffee.
Big shout out to Shaq for the coffee mugs.
Thank you very much.
So you were telling me off camera before, you've obviously got a Fringe show.
Yeah.
It's called The Beautiful Bogan. Can you give us a bit of an idea of what we might expect?
Oh, so my stage name is Beautiful Bogan.
Yep.
My show it's called Not Here to Fuck Spiders, and it's and what it's meant to be is it's meant to address the issues around mental health and suicide prevention at the moment. Because we still lose 9 people every day to suicide,
really
7 men and 2 women.
Wow.
Right? So I use my platform of comedy to be able to, and it's still funny. Like people
I don't doubt it, man.
People go,
good things.
Yeah, people go, oh, you know, it's a bit serious, but you know, we can still look at serious stuff and have a laugh as well. I often say to people, if your life is all together and if you've got your life together, don't come to my show. Because you'll be heaps judgy.
Does anyone really have their life together? Let's be honest here. No. We can pretend, but we, you know, at the end of the day, we're all a bit broken in some way, shape, or form.
And a lot of people want to pretend that they do have their life together, and you just don't. So, but if you've got life together, and you want to hear someone who doesn't have their life together, then come watch me.
I definitely recommend you go see The Beautiful Bogan. I mean, the Fringe is running, the 19th of March?
19th of March,
yeah. So we will put some links to your socials and stuff so people can find out the exact dates and venues and all that, so they can check you out. But you know what, I reckon the best comedy definitely is based on real life. You know, like I went and saw a girl called Sam. She was actually on the show a couple episodes back. And she's got a show called Sam's Intimate World, and it's about her turning 50, finding herself single, and navigating her way through dating apps and things like that. And you can relate to it, you know. Like it was there a lot of stuff that kind of was more aimed at women because she's obviously a woman, but it was still super funny even for me as a guy. So I think that I can see the relation with your show. Like, I mean, we all can relate to mental health and suicide prevention. As you said, it's a big thing. So I didn't know that there were 7 men a day and 2 women.
7 men and 2 women every day.
That's way too high.
And so what people don't say, because the media are they're embargoed on what they can say too much about suicides, because there's a whole thing about suicide contagion, which means if someone talks about it, then it's going to trigger somebody else, but actually that's false.
No, that's right.
From what I understand, the more you talk about it, the more someone might go, but I feel like what you feel like.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like the pressures of life are too much, and whilst I don't want to die, I also don't want to keep feeling this pressure all the time. And you know, like the cost of living and everything's going up, but our wages aren't going up.
Exactly.
And it's not even wages; it's just our lifestyle.
Yeah, 100%.
Is suffering because you know, like it's hard at the moment. Like life's big.
Yeah.
You know, like we're still not even finished dealing with what COVID looks like.
Yeah,
you know, even though it's not on the media every day anymore, but
thank God.
That's right, exactly. Because I got sick of COVID.
I think that actually contributed to a lot of the negative feelings people were having about life in general, because they were being bombarded constantly with, this many deaths, this many hospitalizations, you know, like, so,
And, you know, the fact is we've lost more people to suicide during COVID than we did to COVID itself.
I did hear that,
and so, you know, I've got a group of friends and we all kind of hustle to try and make sure that the conversation keeps going. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff as a man, even like, and I was even just thinking about this today, like, you know, we all want unconditional love, right? But is love ever unconditional?
No, that's right.
It's not. It's always based on conditions.
100%.
If I told my partner the thoughts that I was having, maybe about a co-worker or something, even though that's natural to think like that sometimes. Like we live in this ball of energy, where sometimes, you know, our energies cross people and we might have an attraction to someone. It doesn't mean we love that person. It doesn't mean we want to be with that person.
No.
But we have this shame heaped on us that we're like, I can't feel like this. So that adds more pressure, and then you might have a fight with your wife. Like, there's so much going on in the world. But that's the point. Like, there's so much going on. And you know, when we feel like we can't tell people what we're really, really feeling. Like how many people would actually put their hand up and say, I really feel like this?
No, that's right. We don't. We've been conditioned not to. I mean, I remember growing up as a kid, and particularly for boys and men, you weren't allowed to show that you were hurting, you weren't allowed to show you were in pain, you weren't allowed to show you were upset, and I think it's done such a detriment to men particularly, but definitely women will be in the same boat, because there were times when even like I said, we're not allowed to tell people how we're really feeling. We've got to shield people from how we really feel. But I 100% agree with what you said earlier about talking about it, because I think that demystifies it. It takes away the stigma that's attached to, you hit a lot of people in the past would hear mental health and go, whoa, like that's, can't talk about that, can't feel that. But I think the more we talk about it, the more you, like you said, you get people going, oh, I felt that as well. Wow, there's someone else out there like me. And it just makes you feel less alone.
And it's so hard, like for men and women, like when we have this conversation, of course we're men, so we're talking from a men's point of view. But no one's discounting women and their feelings as well. But like when you're a man, for instance, and you have to have this perception that your life is together, right? And with the boys, oh, no, I'm alright, I'm chilled. But what's wrong with saying no? I'm not okay. You know what I mean? Because it's better than you. I say to people like, I'd rather take your phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning than go to your funeral next week.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
And there's this ego about stuff, about having to have stuff right. You don't have to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Stop thinking that you have to know all the answers. Like when you've got children, it's hard being a dad.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
How do you know the answers? You know what? Here's a tip. Just answer from your life experience instead of what you think that child needs to hear. And tell them your stories.
100%.
Tell them you fuck up. Like, I tell my children all the time, like,
yeah, same.
there is nothing that you're going to do that I haven't done.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but Dad, what about this? Yeah, shit my pants. Like, see, I've shit my pants.
I actually did that exact thing yesterday. My son said to me, oh, Dad, can we go get a drink after school, get a frozen drink? And normally I'm like, yeah, no worries. But I was like, I'm really sorry, buddy, but Dad literally got no money right now. I'm waiting for some money to come in, but until then, I've got nothing. And he goes, oh, okay, like he respected that because I was honest with him, And I'm the same, I said to my older brother, like, sorry, Dad, ahead of time. I said to him, Dad taught me how to be a really good father, and he looked at me funny because he's like, he's got a different father, so he got treated a little different as we were growing up as kids, and he couldn't believe that I was actually giving him that props for teaching me to be, a good dad. And I'm saying good dad in the concept that he was calling me a good dad, and I'm saying, well, he taught me. And he said, how's that so? I said, well, I looked at everything he did that really hurt me as a kid, and I didn't do it. I did the opposite. And like you said, from your own experience.
And it's so hard even with parenthood, like, depending on what base you come from, because your parents, I'm presuming, like, every parent fucks up.
Yeah.
Every parent,
definitely.
You know what I mean? And some learn from it, some don't. You know what I mean? But it's our job as parents, as the next generation, to learn what you're saying, to learn from it and go, you know what? No, I didn't like the way that happened, so I'm going to do better.
Yeah.
Or I didn't like the way that this happened, so how can I tweak that? And even when you feel the pressure, like I'm a really big communicator with my kids. Like I tell them everything. Like, hey, listen, like if because I suffer with PTSD and I think with suicidal ideation, which means I think about taking my life every day.
Wow,
like,
that's heavy, man.
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, now I've kind of come to terms with it. I'm in therapy once a fortnight for it. But I come to terms with it. It's just like this nagging kind of devil on your shoulder that will just go, oh, why don't you just do this, or why don't you, you're worthless, and all this stuff that we all hear sometimes. Because one of my favourite things to say to my kids is because they'll be like, I hate you. I said, you can't hate me any more than I hate myself. So whatever.
I bet that puts a stop to what they're.
They just go, oh. The mean words anyone says to me, I know they can't be any meaner than what I say to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a worst critic.
Yeah, I've seen a meme on Facebook that says, the worst prison that we could ever be in is our own mind. And I fully subscribe to that, mentality. Like I said, no one can ever be as mean to us as what we are to ourselves. I think a lot of us are our own worst critics.
Yeah.
And I just want to quickly take a second just to say how much I respect what you said before about how you're going to see a therapist about your issue that you're dealing with, because it takes a lot. Like some people might think going to a therapist or getting help is weak, But honestly, to me, it's the strongest thing you could ever do. Because not only are you acknowledging the issue, but you're doing something about it. And facing your own issues is one of the toughest things I've had to deal with. And I think for most people, it's the same deal, you know. Admitting that you're not, you know, all that, and knowing you've got shit to work on.
And it's not judgmental, like it's...
No.
So, like, for instance, you know, we're going to talk and we're going to open up, right? But if you go open up to your parents and say, this is how I'm feeling, then, like, I kind of feel like if my son was to come to me and go, oh, this is what I'm feeling, like before I started this mental health journey, that I would feel this, oh, what have I done wrong? Oh, I've done so much wrong. Why are you feeling like, oh my god, like, come on, boy, how? You know, I've had some issues with my son's mental health, and how well, I've done everything I can. Yeah, you've done everything you can. That's what's called an illness. Because you, like, if someone gets cancer, you don't get to go, oh no, but I did everything I can. It's an illness. Well, maybe the illness is exactly the same. Like, sometimes it's brought on by things that are totally beyond our control. But as a parent, you want to protect your kids. So when they come forward and say, oh, you know, I'm feeling this way, you take it on board. Oh no, some people might take it on board like I know I would. My pride gets in the way. Because oh, I should be, I'm a good dad. You are. No one's saying that. It's just saying, there's something going on the inside that people have struggling to deal with. And that's, you know, the thing about opening up and keeping the conversations going. Because, you know, it's good to have, like, even, you know, good to come to my show and maybe hear my lived experience with surviving every day. Like, I've got a tattoo on my arm, which is Grim Reaper crossed out. Which
I did see that. I like it.
Which is my way of staying. My way of staying alive. That's my reminder. You know, I'm a metalhead, so really like animals. So I like Amity Friction, and even though I like the early stuff. But they've got the lyrics. Hate death, get fucked. Instead of writing on my arm, I've got an illustration.
It's cool. It's good to have that reminder right there. Like, you can look at it any time you're feeling that and be reminded.
And it opens up the conversations as well, because people will go, oh, what's the tattoo mean? I mean, well, this means this. And then some people just go, oh, really? Like,
it is a pretty heavy thing to bring up, but like you said, it's good to have that conversation. I have a nail painted on my finger there, and same thing, it's always a conversation started, oh, you paint your nails? I said, well, no, it's just one. Like, why do you do that? And I said, well, it's part of this thing, it's a movement on Instagram called The Polished Man, and it's basically about starting conversations and drawing attention to abuse against children and women. You know, as soon as you tell someone that, they're like, oh, wow, that's good. Good on you, man. Like, well done, you know. And you know, I'm a very big advocate of mental health. I don't know if you've ever looked at anything on my Facebook, but I'm all about that. I speak very openly about my own struggle with anxiety, particularly. I write songs about it. You know, I'm all about that conversation. You know, I'm always trying to start the conversation, trying to keep the conversation going. Just the same way that you're with the comedy show.
And this is the thing, right? The more of us that open up about it. I mean, look, did you say you're a rapper?
Yeah.
So one of my favourite rappers and my son's favourite rapper is NF.
NF. Oh God, mate.
And he's incredible.
He's absolutely amazing.
And the way he talks about stuff as well. And look, you know, the dude, I don't know how he sleeps either, because there's sequences in his music videos that there's so many callbacks and so many different things that you're like, oh my God, like, how does this guy sleep? Like,
how good is that song, Hate Myself? I so relate to that. I've been there so many times where I just feel like, oh my God, how could anyone like or love me when I hate myself so much? But you know, I've done a lot of work myself on mental health, seeing therapists as well. I'm working into a program at the moment called Mirror Work. That's basically dealing with issues from when I was younger that are affecting the way I act to where I am now. And it brings a lot of stuff up, and it's supposed to be a 21-day program. I've been doing it now about a third of the way through. I've been doing it for about 3-4 weeks. You know, because I can't do it every day because I need time to process, and it just but it makes me feel already so much better, you know, in myself. And I finally can say to myself, I love you. You know, I actually do love who I am and who I'm becoming. You know, and I think it's so important to again normalise that kind of thing too. You know, not just talking about the mental health, but also normalise the fact that you can love yourself and you're not an arrogant arsehole or anything like that. Like what would have been said in the past, you know?
Well, I'm reading a book at the moment actually called, and it's by Humble the Poet.
Yep.
And he's a Canadian dude, and it's called How to Be Loved.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And so I'm up to a bit now where he's saying about, one of the biggest self-loves is saying no.
Yeah.
Like learning to say no. Like, like
boundaries.
No. No. And so all, for anyone listening, all my friends, sorry. But no, like there's going to be some things I'm going to say no to.
Setting boundaries is so important.
And because he tells a story in the book about how he was dating this girl, and then she'd pull out last minute all the time and just say, look, I can't go on this day, and I'll cancel them. And then he said, like, what do you feel like? And she goes, because I value my own time.
Yeah.
And he said, what do you mean? She goes, I hang out by myself and I dance.
Yeah.
And he couldn't argue with that. Like he was like, I
think it's amazing. I do something similar myself, not dancing because I've got 2 left feet, but I sing. At home I'll be walking around the house, I'll put on instrumentals of songs or even just a recorded version and just sing along with them, I love it. It's great. Man, I've had the cops called on me twice now because I'm a metalhead. And I've got next door neighbours that are Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. And again, like I said, like my favourite bands like Ghost Inside and Amity and stuff like that. And I've had the cops called a few times because I'm so open about my mental health that they also know that. I know being beautiful, they're trying to look out for me, but when the cops come out, you alright? I'm alright, I'm just having a moment. But and this is why I try and mix stand up with that conversation. That's good.
Again, I've got 3 teenage boys and they're 17, 16 and 13, so life is messy. Life is it's out of control.
How long have you actually been doing the stand-up for now?
So, I started doing stand-up about 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then I was about to give up probably 8 years ago. And then I had a trigger from my past. And if anyone's read the story or whatever, I was physically abused by an uncle. Some horrible shit. And that kind of got all triggered in a bad way. And then I hit ground zero. And then I started going on this journey. I almost call it day zero because that's when everything kind of collapsed around me. And I was like, oh no, what am I? I had an anxiety attack at work and everything was messy. But again, had more intrusive thoughts than I've ever had in my life. Attempted a couple of times and different stuff. And then I did a show for someone so I got a phone call during the Fringe 2018, I think, around there I think, and someone had said, maybe it's 2019, but long story short, someone rang me and said, listen, can you come to a show for a friend of ours? He's got 2.5 weeks to live, and he's got terminal cancer.
That's heavy.
And then in that moment, when I went and did the show, I just realised that life is a mess, right? And life is tragic, and life is horrible. But there's also a funny side to it. Sometimes we need to take a breather from the tragedy and have a laugh. And then that kind of transformed into realising that what happened to me in the past can't be changed. So if I share my experiences with people, and we can laugh about stuff, and we don't laugh about trauma. You can't laugh. Well, you can, but it's also I don't want to trigger someone else as well. Then go, oh, you're making fun. No, it's my lived experience. Like I want to share it with you. So then, we can have that conversation with all afterwards and go, look, it wasn't fair. Whatever trauma happened to you, it's horrible. I'm not saying, but like in time, we also have to look at it and go, well, it happened to me, and I've got to move on. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not advocating for anyone, to trigger anyone or something, but that's how life works. Is, you take these here therapy, or you open up about it, or you talk to your friends. Like some stuff you don't want to talk to a stranger about, so if you talk to a friend and say, hey, listen, I need to go something, and it's going to be heavy, and I was thinking through this. So once I have that conversation, or if you're a friend of someone who you don't have to fix it.
No.
You just be there. Just make space.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want people to fix themselves. I want to fix it so then I can get the other side and go, you know what? But despite that happening to me, I'm still here. I'm victorious. and like, fuck that guy for what he did, or like, whatever it was. Like, I'm here now, despite having the world stacked up against me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then you can look at, you know, because this tattoo on my arm, I don't know if you can see that one. That's where David killed Goliath.
Oh wow!
Right, so a lot of that is about, you know, fighting your biggest demons by yourself with the universe. You know, but you know, the story is that David killed Goliath, and then the army came in afterwards and destroyed, you know, whoever Goliath's mob were. But you know, your friends are always going to be there, but sometimes it's you that journey with the backing of friends, with people behind you, and know that they're there. But you know, you've got to reach out and fight some of these demons, and then you feel like I'm still not over my demons. Like, I still every day still have demons that yap at me and carry on. And
I bet. Hey, I mean, at least on the plus side, there's still plenty of material for you to show.
Look, plenty of material, and even though I'm not trying to sound like a philosophical wanker or whatever, I can't say the word properly, but the biggest one I've learned recently is no man steps in the same river twice.
Yeah.
So rivers are always flowing,
Yeah.
right? So when you step into a river or you step into life, you're not the same as you were yesterday. Do you know what I mean? And you're not the same as you're going to be tomorrow. So you keep moving forward. And even with your children, like I love the example I heard about how like parents are always sort of like, what are my kids into? What are my kids into? Like they're into dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But then, so you buy a heap of dinosaurs, and now all of a sudden the kids are like, no, I'm not into dinosaurs anymore. I would have bought all these dinosaurs. I read all this. Yeah, but now I'm into that. Just always communicate.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Very, very important. For everything, communication is so important. Listen, man, I really appreciate you taking some time today. Sit and talk about you. Well, we didn't really talk about the show too much, but obviously gave some background, I guess, to what prompted the show and where you've come from to bring the show to the Fringe and wherever else you go to perform it. We will put some links up at the end of the show. I'll go to them off here to put up and show you everyone where they can come see you. And it's been a real pleasure talking to you.
I want to thank SamPaul for having me on the show.
Pleasure, man.
And again, if anyone's out there, reach out. Like it's not.
In fact, we'll put some links up about that as well.
Yeah, and look, and thank you, and you're doing a great job because it takes a community to raise awareness. You know what I mean? And the more we can do it, the more lives we can save. And real quick, I know we're going to go, but like sometimes we look at the figure of 9 people every day, and we think, oh, that's so big, right? How can we change that? One life at a time.
Exactly.
One life.
One life.
You know what I mean? And being kind. Be kind. Like,
exactly. There's a good saying I've seen going around Facebook a fair bit. It says, if you could be one thing in this world, be kind. And it's so important. It's free.
Yeah, that's right. And understand everyone else has got baggage as well. So the kinder you are to people, and the smile you might share, or hello, or whatever it is, right? It goes a long way. But anyway, man, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Check him out, The Beautiful Bogan. And what was the show called again?
Not Here to Fuck Spiders.